In Psalm 104, we have learned that the Lord is majestic, that the Lord is sure and sovereign. Just look at the fact that the earth has never been knocked off of its axis. The psalmist now gazes out over the earth and takes notice that all of creation has all of its needs sustained. Bless the Lord because of the care He provides. Psalm 104 verses 10 and 11 say, "You make springs gush forth in the valleys. They flow between the hills. They give drink to every beast of the field. The wild donkeys quench their thirst. The earth is satisfied with the fruit of your work." How many of you guys have children in college? Do you ever lay on your bed wondering what they are doing? Worrying about them? Do they have enough money to buy food? Will they figure out how to do laundry? I remember my first year in college that I would receive a care package at least once every other week from my mom or grandmother for the first few months. And in that care package, there would be homemade cookies and a roll of quarters for the washing machine in the dorm room and a host of other stuff. And I know it was probably a result of them fretting. And why did they fret? Because they cared about me. Now let me ask you this. When was the last time you were laying in your bed, talking with your spouse about all of your cares and concerns, and then you said, "I wonder if the wild donkeys got plenty of water today"? Has that ever happened? Well, no, of course not. Why? Because we don't care that much about wild animals, especially wild donkeys, but God does. And the psalmist is showing us through these next few verses that God's care is extensive, even extending to animals that He has deemed unclean. And that care that He provides is satisfying. It is not only extensive, but it's also completely satisfying. I remember when we were in the hospital and Christy was about to have our first son. We had a nurse who was supposed to be taking care of Christy, but she made Christy uncomfortable, nervous, and anxious. The nurse was just a little too eager, too snappy, so we finally asked one of the head nurses to please give us a different nurse. Sometimes the care you receive is not all that great. But then after we had Jack and we were on the postpartum floor, we had a nurse that was amazing. When you have a C-section like Christy did, you get some sort of medicine or something that just kind of makes you go crazy with itching. And I remember Christy would be in tears because her back itched so much. But this nurse would come in late at night, sit Christy up in the bed and rub lotion on her back. We ended up buying her a gift just to show her how much we appreciated her. Now you tell me, when you read verses 11 through 16, what kind of care does the creation think God provides? The birds sing among the branches. It says that you grow the grass for the livestock. You produce oil for man's face and bread for his body. The trees are watered abundantly. Coming underneath the care that the Lord provides is all satisfying. It's not always comfortable, but it's ultimately always satisfying. As you pray today, please remember Gavin Roberts and his family, our missionaries in Utah. And also remember the Araku Lifeword broadcast heard throughout Tanzania.